Hey everyone, and welcome to Almost Cancelled. I am Peter, that is Connor, and we are going to talk about Samurai Gourmet, Season 1, Episode 1. This one's called a
Midday beer at a restaurant.
midday beer restaurant. Thank you very much. We'll start spoiler free. We'll probably stay spoiler free. I have no idea what we could possibly
I
spoil
don't.
about this.
Yeah, it's not really something you can spoil.
This is a weird thing. This is a Netflix show. This is a Netflix original from Japan.
Yes,
And it is based in a manga, I believe.
it is.
And as with a lot of Netflix shows, we didn't really know a lot about this. There was a trailer that came out, but we didn't know, like, was this going to be like an hour-long show? Was this going to be like a sitcom? And I guess it's more like a sitcom, but even then, that doesn't feel like it describes it adequately.
No, it's basically 20 minutes of food porn.
It kind of is. So basically, Takeshi is the main character. He's a 60-year-old man in Japan who has just retired from his job, and he doesn't know what to do with his day. He wakes up thinking he's late for work, and he's all frantic, and his wife's like, "What are you talking about? You're retired."
It's very relatable. This.
Yeah, so he basically doesn't know what to do with his day, and he finds this local little restaurant nearby, old school Japanese restaurant, and he goes in, and he's like, "Ah, yeah, I got some food," and he's like, "Oh," and in this episode, of course, it's called the beer. He's like, "Oh, a beer during the day? Oh, oh, well, I mean, I guess I can now. I mean,
He's just having this internal debate
Yeah.
as to whether or not it's right or wrong for him to be allowed to have a beer in the middle of the day on a weekday.
He's got this narration. And he's constantly like, what am I having for food? He's looking around at the other people having food, and it's essentially about him learning to, like, he's basically getting up a hobby for food, I guess, in his retirement. But it's about him realizing that he can let go and not be a slave to his previous way
Yeah,
of
it
life.
talks about how he was a corporate man and
Yeah.
everything was very rigid. He always had the same meal for lunch.
Yeah, so he's experimenting with different food, and he's savouring it, and basically he fantasizes that he's a samurai, and that
Yeah.
he is going to live free like a samurai would back in the samurai era. And we even see him reading the samurai book at the start before he leaves the house, to show that he's into this kind of thing. And it's basically he has beer because a samurai would have sake and not care because he's a free man, and he walks the wild lands of Japan. Like, it's just basically that. And most of the episode is honestly close-ups of the food being prepared, and you see like there's the stuff being fried, and like putting out the rice, and
Looks phenomenal. If you don't get hungry watching this show,
I was starving at the end of this.
oh my god, it looked incredible. I have nothing else to say for it.
Honestly, this is the most unique thing we have ever reviewed.
It also really made me want a beer because that beer looked fantastic.
It was eight. This first episode was 18 minutes long. They vary between about that and 22, so they're about sitcom length, but sometimes shorter. Uh,
And
it's,
I will say it is kind of has a cheesy comedy element to it at times.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like the way it's played. Some of it feels like this
Oh,
could be a comedy.
Yeah, it's very upbeat, and the way he's like fantasizing and seeing this samurai walking. And I like that when the samurai shows up, the lighting changes as if it is like an old samurai movie.
Yeah, it's got that like orangey tint to it.
Yeah, it's very different from the regular stuff, and it's basically just him deciding what he wants for lunch.
Yeah, it was a really nice touch for me that I really liked. Is he has the narration as we were saying,
Yeah.
and after the samurai scene, as he's like, "No, I'm going to order the beer," his narration changes to the samurai's voice,
Yeah,
which was a nice touch.
yeah. That's basically it, and he goes home at the end of his lunch. That is the episode, and the funny thing is that this sounds.
And then he sounds really embarrassed to his wife. He was like, "Look, I kind of had a few beers, had a beer," and she was like, before he gets out, she's like, "Oh, do I look red in my face?" He's like, "I had a few too many glasses of wine."
And like, there's not even, I mean, there's kind of a plot, but it really is him going for food, and there's a samurai thing plays out for him to decide what he wants to do for his food, and then he gets his food. We see it being prepared, we see him enjoy it. It makes me hungry. I'm still hungry now, and
Stuffing.
that's the show. And I'm pretty sure that, yeah, obviously maybe it'll be breakfast one episode, or it'll be. I think there's one.
Yeah, I
that's,
think the point is he takes up walking as a hobby, so he kind of just goes off and sees what he comes across.
Yeah, but it's always going to end with him getting some sort of food.
Yeah, but I guess the purpose of the plot will be it's a journey of self-discovery for him, isn't it? Of
Yes.
freedom and what can I do?
But it's almost like a weird combination of a sitcom and like a daytime cooking show.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
All I want is where can I buy this? Where can I go and buy this food right now?
A Japanese restaurant, I would imagine you could go and get most of this stuff.
Then I'm gonna go find one because it looked amazing. That spicy pork, whatever it was in this one with the peppers. Oh yeah, good.
That burger steak thing looked quite nice.
Oh yeah, that was good. See, that was a little less unique.
Oh sure, but it just looked good.
Did look good.
Oh man.
Literally, this is what this show does. You watch him fantasize about being a samurai while fantasizing about eating the food yourself.
Yeah, that's basically it. And honestly, I would recommend, if this sounds at all amusing, check it out. It's definitely not a conventional plot or conventional story, but it was charming the entire time. I was never bored and thinking, what am I watching? It was kind of, self-discovery. He walks to the train and sort of autopilot because that's where he'd go for work. He's like, I don't need to go here, but... And it's just him sort of being free, essentially, from
pretty much
the constraints of life and realising he can do whatever he wants.
It's nice. It's amusing. Shot pretty nicely.
Yeah. Obviously, we're not going to review the rest of this because there's no need. Like, I can't imagine what we would say. I mean, we're not even hitting 10 minutes in this, and this is the first episode.
Yeah. Obviously, you have the moment with the samurai where he pulls out his sword. I'm hoping that every so often you get more and more of the samurai as it goes on, and it just does some insane shit.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I can see it getting fun like that. But
Yeah.
It's a fun little oddity. It's 12 episodes, like I said, they're all short. It's the kind of thing that's probably perfect to watch while you're eating because you won't get too hungry.
Yeah, definitely don't watch this if you haven't got something nice to eat straight
Yes,
after.
I don't have anything nice in, and it is killing me right now because I can't just go and... Even something like a steak. I don't even have a steak in the house that I can go and make.
Steak. I've got steak. I think I'm going to do steak.
Oh god. Do you know what it's perfect for? It's perfect for watching while you're waiting on your takeaway. If you're getting like either Chinese, Japanese, Thai, anything like that. If you're about to get that, if you've ordered that, you're waiting for it to be delivered. This is the perfect 20 minutes.
Put you right in the mood.
To prep you for that delivery. That is exactly what this is for. It's perfect for that.
Alternatively, if you've been watching Iron Fist and you've gone, this is kind of shit. Maybe you just want a palate cleanser.
Maybe. But that's Samurai Gourmet. Check it out. It's on Netflix. Let us know what you thought. If you give it a shot, like and subscribe and all that stuff helps us out a lot. Get us on Twitter at mild_fudge for channel updates. Individual Twitters on the screen for our everyday ramblings. And yeah, make sure you've got food ready.
We cannot stress this enough. You will want to eat.
This is torture right now because I don't have anything nice to eat. But thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you next time.